everybody.
Hello, hello,
Welcome to Mary Elizabeth Jones's Variety Hour.
hello to the Mary Elizabeth Jones's Variety Hour, one of many. And Jen, we're at the motorcycle races today. Gosh, he didn't decide to run it until we started. But I'm Kaye Lazar. Thank you. I'm the announcer on the show. So hey, I've been this. I hope people see me. They aren't scared or anything because I've kind of been a recluse the last month or so. I've had a lot of troubles, but I'm getting things are getting better and all. It's just rich white man's problems. I still have my health, which is good. I had to tear down some trees, and that's why we're in an enclosure right now because I'm afraid of trees. I'm afraid walking under a tree now because uh, because a branch could fall and could kill you.
Yeah.
You don't realize how big branches are.
Right.
And I was having trouble with these trees. So anyway, I'm driving down the street while this is going on, and the trees were torn down eventually. But what happened was in the yard. But the craziest thing was, um, I'm just looking, and you do this next time you're driving. There are the trees in these yards are huge. When the house was built, say like 20 years ago or 50 years ago, they or whatever they planted a nice little tree. It became a little bush or a shrub. And then after 20 to 50 years, it's now towers over the house and it's dangerous. So when it snowed, all the branches came down hard and it scared me. And didn't know what to do next, but I'm getting through it all. So this is the last day of February. How about that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm so excited too because I hate February. I don't like January or February. I like Valentine's Day. That's good. And Martin Luther King Day is fine. Speaking of Martin Luther King Day, um, today is February is Black History Month, so they want an unofficial day that everybody wears black. That's why I'm wearing black, that in honor of Black History Month. Now you're uh, this is black. This I'm colorblind. I guess it's kind of black, kind of gray.
Yeah.
No, anyway, no, anyway. So I'm, so I, so there's another thing is going on today. We have a new president now. Hooray! Oh,
But we already had new presidents.
it's the same. It's the same new president. The same old president we had 8 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, and he's country doing well right now. Well, they say that Trump was going to lower the taxes, not lower taxes. That's fine, but lower prices and inflation, which is important because not everyone pays taxes. Certainly not his friends. But we do all have to buy, chewing gum and toilet paper and beef jerky and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I found out something about prices. When they go up, they stay up. The only thing we can hope for is that our wages go up.
Yeah.
So if we're still making $7 an hour, whatever the going rate is today, and everything's going haywire, we're having a hard time, paying our rent and paying our electric bill and everything. So, and I mentioned beef jerky. I was at a store. You're gonna love this. I was at a store and I saw this beef jerky, and it was at a really good price. So I buy the beef jerky and I take it home. I get ready to eat it, and it had really no flavor. And I almost broke my teeth on it. And then I looked, and you know what? It was for dogs. It was dog. It was dog like chews. that looked like beef jerky. They even called it beef jerky on the front, so I thought it was beef jerky. I thought it was teriyaki flavored.
Oh, speaking of that,
Yeah,
when I went to Fresh Defense,
yeah,
I saw this stuff that looks like beef jerky,
yes.
but it's like something you put on the grill or something.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up because that was my next thing I was going to say.
Because I was
The-
going to grab a couple
yeah,
of
I was going to
those.
grab this, and it wasn't until I picked it up that I realized it's wood chips that has the same mesquite
Yeah,
barbecue flavor,
yeah,
or mesquite barbecue. I don't know if they said flavor because I don't
yeah,
think you meant it, but you were supposed to burn it in your grill in your hibachi,
yeah, yeah.
but it wasn't beef jerky at all. And then I get the dog chews that look like beef jerky. What's going on here?
Yeah.
And then so I'm at another store recently, and I'm eyeing the beef jerky on sale, and the woman says, "Go ahead and buy it. You know you like it." And I gave her that little story, and the woman that was bagging the groceries says, "You know that same thing happened to me." So be very careful the beef jerky you get. And
Because that's what those beef jerky are. So I was
yes,
going to grab a couple.
yes,
But
I love good smells. Beef jerky has a good smell to it for some. I don't know why. It's meat. Meat shouldn't smell. But they usually the flavoring they put on is usually pretty brown sugar and stuff like that.
yeah.
Now, what are your favorite smells? Because I heard every night on the Colbert Show, he says, "What's your favorite smell?" to his panel. And what do you know? Do you have any
Like,
night
like popcorn smells.
smell of popcorn,
What else do I like? Baking cookies
baking cookies? Yeah.
and perfume smells.
When I was a kid, well, perfume smells is good. When I was a kid, my dad told me he liked the smell of tobacco, and I said, "You like the smell of tobacco?" He goes, "Yeah, but once they burn it in a cigarette, I don't want to. I don't. He didn't smoke. He goes, I don't like the smell of it. But just hanging on the drying out, he says that's a great smell." And I said, well, now that you mention it, there are a lot of things I like that's sort of like that. I said, like what? He goes, well, I like the smell of smoke. Like if I'm driving by and I smell a barbecue, it's not I smell the smoke first, and I like that.
Yeah,
But then, you shouldn't really like smoke. Smoke could suffocate you.
yeah, yeah,
And the other thing was, oh gosh, and this is terrible. The other smell that I liked as a kid was gasoline.
yeah.
And my mom said that when she was a kid, she liked gasoline so much, the smell of gasoline, she used to run after cars to smell it.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
the thing.
dangerous. I mean, if you smell gasoline, it's like huffing, like huffing glue,
Yeah,
which I didn't huff it, but I remember getting sick putting together model airplanes. They called it airplane
yeah,
glue. It wasn't from airplanes, in
yeah,
at the airport. It was from airplanes that you
yeah,
built models of, and that's what I did. And my mom would never let us open the window or do anything. So I was in this enclosed room, and I would.
yeah.
I'm sure my detractors out there is going to say, well, that explains everything. Why Kevin thinks the way he does. But I saw something really cool about smells. It's really weird that men don't really care so much about smells. I don't really smell very well. I always had problems with my allergies as a kid, so I'm the last one to smell a bad smell usually. And then it has to be really bad because by the time I get to it, it gets to me, it's really bad. But women really are attracted to men because of the way they smell. Is that true?
That's sometimes, yeah.
I know one thing about women. They, if and I've known this since I was a teenager, is that if a woman has a bad date, they always mention the way the guy smelled, and usually that doesn't help them. They didn't say he was a great date, but I didn't like his breath or something.
Yeah.
No, they usually it's usually it's a bad date, and he had bo. He didn't wash his hands. He had bad breath or something. Now, so a lot of men, they think that perfumes, high karate, Axe body spray, all the commercials say this is going to attract women to you, and it's all nonsense. They say that what really attracts a woman, as far as smells go, is oh, one last thing. Men's favorite smell is vanilla. I guess it is
Yeah.
vanilla. Anything that's vanilla, like vanilla ice cream or something,
Yeah.
vanilla extract. Just that one that added there. So anyway, women are attracted to men because of their smell, and it's not doesn't have to be perfume or body spray. Uh, it could be a clean smell, the smell of soap. All right,
Yeah.
but maybe not even the smell of soap, just a blank smoke. And they claim that women smell a man, and this is really cool. I just found this out. Women smell a man, his natural smell that most people would not even notice. A woman maybe even subconsciously notices that some men, like dogs, they always say smell other dogs. Women smell other men. They don't know they're doing it, but they're doing it. And listen to this. The best smell is the clean smell. That means that the man is healthy and is free of germs or free of diseases, and that is the man you want to mate with. And the animal kingdom knows that, or works on that. Humans try to use, we try to use our intellect, and we try to, how many books you've read, how much money you make, that sort of factors in there, but it's still basically who you mate with. And I've noticed that, and a lot of women have told me that the first time they met their husbands, they like the way they smell. And then after that, it was they're on the gravy train. After that, the it's yes, you want, and it's a subconscious thing that women do, meaning that they could be old women, they could be in their 70s, and they're not going to mate with anybody. They're not going to have any children after that. But the attraction is still there. Now, of course, Mary, I never wanted to be that guy with the bad breath
Yeah.
or the dirty hair.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, I work hard at it. Not every day is that way. But,
Yeah.
but I mean, at least when I know I'm going to be out in public and everything.
Yeah.
People have actually told me that they saw. Uh, oh, I've noticed this on the internet about me. They like the way I dress. I went to a place today, and and two or three people actually stopped. All men. No, one woman and two men said they liked the way I was dressed. It's the same way I'm dressed now. They don't. It's the Home and Garden show, which we'll talk about in a moment. But so I was at a Big Lots, and Big Lots went out of business. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And so I went to Big Lots, and I just here's my credit card. It was like 60 to 80%. I was buying everything. I was buying Dayquil. I was buying Q-tips. Like razor blades. I was buying, and I said, "Do you have a razor at home that this will fit?" I have a lot of razors at home. I'll just fit them in there.
Yeah.
I bought a friend of mine, Anne Sophie. She ran into me and took a picture of me holding up a neon sign I bought of a lightning bolt, like the lightning bolt I have here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to bore everybody, but lightning bolts are very important in my life. So, so anyway, I so and everyone was commenting, "Gosh, here he is at Big Lots, and he's dressed like this." Gosh, is he never not dressed up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate not to look my best. I went to the Home and Garden show today, and like I said, getting trees torn down and everything. I should have gone to the Home and Garden show months ago if they had it. It's only this weekend, and so someone gave me a free ticket, and I went to it, and it was but there are traps everywhere. I must have given my phone number and my address, and just said, because you might win a $250 carpenter extension ruler.
Wow.
Oh, I gotta buy that. But they wanted there was gutter replacement, gutter cleaning, chimney sweeps. What else? Build your own basement, build your own attic, build your own garage. There's everything there. I mean, and I got so many cards from people. I mean, this is my card. Call me. You know, I'm kind of worried the next few weeks I'm going to get all these a barrage of calls. But I also got a lot of pens. I got pens from everywhere. I and what's weird is Do you use a pen that much? I usually type, on the internet, do on the computer and
Yeah.
stuff. How often do you use a pen? Now I got all these pens now with the name of the company. I don't drink anymore, and you're gonna laugh at this. I went to, I tell people I don't drink anymore, and and some people said, I know a lot of people have trouble drinking. Go to AA, and you go to. I said, no, no. I said, would you like to go? You could come and give a speech because everyone knows who you are, and they'll say that. A friend of mine actually went to an AA meeting when a movie star was in town, and it was the highest. It was the biggest crowd ever. I think this AA meeting ever had. He was making a movie, and you couldn't divulge his name, but everyone knew who he was. he
Wow.
was he's won a couple of Oscars, and and he was in a famous movie with Jodie Foster. Okay, I'll say that. Okay, now, um, uh, so they thought, well, maybe I should go ahead and I could give a speech to everybody. Okay, so I gave a nice little speech how how I drank in school and everything, and I stopped drinking and everything, and it was good. So they said, we have pens here. Do you want to take up some pens home? And I said, sure, sure. And the pens all said AA on them or Alcoholics Anonymous on them. And I said, I don't want to give these to people. I don't want people to know any problems, that I may have or something. So
Yeah.
then, so then they said, we have a hell of a time giving these pens out to people. Nobody seems to want them. That's true. That's true. It's almost uh, 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 like if you had bed bugs or scurvy or something. Scurvy Anonymous, bed bugs Anonymous. And you want them? No, I don't want them. I don't want people to know I had those problems.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So anyway, I want to show you some stuff. You don't love it. I mean, they were giving away all this stuff. It was worth it. I for the ticket I got, which was free. I got like there's the company,
Oh yeah, show
and
me
this
the
is
house.
and it's this is called a fly swatter,
Yeah,
but it looks like a house,
yeah.
and the company's name is on, which I'm not going to show you. But every time you need a fly swatter, you can't get one. Well, now I got one.
Would you like to spank it
Yeah, well, no, I tell you,
with
I've
that?
never used this thing, but I remember my sisters were pretending they were like Shirley Temple, and they took the fly sword and started licking it on the good ship Lollipop. And my mom said, grabbed it out of the guys. You know how many dead flies were on that thing? Okay, let's see what else I got. A book,
Oh wow.
a book.
All right.
It's a book called The Wit and Wisdom of Gorgeous George. You see all the. No, anyway, it's a notebook you could use. Yeah, I don't know what I had that, but that
Yeah.
oh, the sun is on it, so it had something to do with solar power. Okay. Yes, a lot of. It doesn't give you a lot of nice pens. A lot of a cozy and a bottle of water.
Oh cool. Okay.
True Green was the company. I like the cozy was cool, like softball ball. Everyone likes those. Let me give you a pen. Let me give you a, I think all the pens tend to be blue, but which pen do you want?
I'll take the orange one.
Orange one, okay. Usually, the fancier the looking the pen, the lousier it writes. Sometimes you just want the big pen. Okay. Also got a present for you. There's a company that has a dog as its mascot, and so I
There
got
you
you. I
go.
know you like dogs, so there you go.
Yeah.
There's your dog. Yeah. So there you go. And a lot of post-it notes. Actually, I have 3 bags. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. A lot of candy.
I want some chocolate.
I get. Well, yeah, you can keep that. You want some chocolate?
Yeah.
I'll give you something better than chocolate. Oh,
Okay.
keep that thing here. I worked hard for all this stuff. Having to listen to a lot of pitches from people. I still may not get it. Makes it that trip, all the swag and all that and the free ticket may cost me several $1,000s in the future.
Yeah.
So anyway, you want chocolate? Anyway, I got some Oreos.
Oh, okay.
I bought these at the store, and I thought,
Oh, there's a Coca-Cola.
have you ever had them?
No, I haven't.
There's Coca-Cola Oreos. I was kind of
They
intrigued.
advertise those on Hoda and Jenna.
Those Hoda and Jenna, aren't they always drinking or something?
They drink coffee.
They drink coffee now, I'm sure. So we're gonna have an Oreo, all right?
Yeah.
And it's Coca. It looks like Coca-Cola. I got it. Okay, before we eat any Oreos, I'm gonna give you a little speech. I'm not a big fan of Oreos. I don't like Oreos that much, and I'll tell you why. Oreos to me are very corporate made. they're very, they taste like a machine made them. They don't taste like Mama would make them.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the idea for Oreos is a manhole cover?
I didn't know that.
Yes. Okay, if you one. Here's what they look like.
They smell like Pepsi, Coca-Cola too.
Right? I can't smell it. We'll each have two. I'll give you another one. What's it taste like? Does it taste like Coca-Cola?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I guess it does. And the sun is coming down. Down on me. We'll move it in a moment. Not so bad, really. Well, I like Coca-Cola. I like this probably better than the typical Oreos. And this white stuff, what the hell is it? I knew a kid. His mother, I used to babysit this kid, and his mother would let him. He had a sister and himself, and he was the older one. He was probably like 7, and the sister was 5. And they would get. They were allowed 2 Oreos. I was before they went to bed, before they brushed their teeth. So they would get 2 Oreos, and what happened was, it was, it was. Oh gosh. Anyway, they got 2 Oreos, and what happened was the little kid was very clever, the girl, and she thought that by breaking them apart and putting them together with make double stuff Oreos out
Oh,
of them.
yeah.
She says, "I need 2 more so I could have 2 Oreos." I said, "No, no, that's not going to work that way. You're going to eat. You're going to eat. You can have 1 double stuff Oreo and the 2 remainder cookies."
You can hear the pulp in your mouth too.
Mhm. Well,
Like, I can feel the pulp in my mouth.
they carbonated?
Yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
I don't feel it.
I feel it.
Okay. Maybe I'm not giving it a chance. I'm too busy talking. They feel it. Another one. I got another snack for us. But anyway, so I so I've been uh like the Oreos, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of I'm competing with this over here. I think we might have to move. Want to move?
This doesn't really bother me.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to have them hear our fans hear it. It looks like they turned it louder since we've been here. Hey, I guess they're trying to drown us out. So anyway, I lost my train of thought. So I have another snack for us. All right? By the way, I met a guy, and he's a good friend of mine in the radio business. Frank,
Oh,
his name is Frank, I'm not going to say too much, but Frank is going to. Frank is. I think next time we do a TV show, he's going to appear on it with us.
Okay.
And he has a lot of distinctions. He does a lot of good work and everything. And he's called Mr. Christmas actually because
Okay.
he's a Santa Claus and everything. He decorates his house real fancy, and people come to his house to see it
Yeah.
during the Christmas season. But he says he does more than that. And I knew him when he was a announcer at the state fair, like me. He's kind of retired, but he might. We're going to try to get him to come back. I hope I'm back. I always think every year I do the state fair is my last year. Not that I don't want to do it, is that they might fire me. When you're in radio, they always want to fire you.
Yeah.
It's almost like being a football coach. They hire you to fire you. Eventually, it's going to happen,
Yeah.
no matter once you start losing. Even Tom Landry got fired. Even Bill Belichick has been fired several times. You know?
Yeah.
All right. The next thing we have is kettle cooked uh, uh,
Cajun spice.
Cajun spice. Cajun spice.
That sounds yummy.
Sounds yummy. The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth. I'll take it first. It's a corn chip.
Okay.
It's a potato chip. I think. Ooh, ooh, it's hot. Have a couple. It is spicy. Right? Did you leave any left?
I did. Yeah. Plenty in there.
I always eat them one at a time. Mm. All right. Like it?
Uh-huh.
Cajun. What's Cajun? I mean, what's the flavor? Cayenne pepper, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a spice.
I know what it is. I mean, it has. Oh, you know what it has? Paprika.
What's that?
Paprika,
Oh yeah.
which is Hungarian.
Oh, yeah.
What it's in goulash. That's enough of that. I'm all full now.
Yeah.
I'm not a good eater. And so, have you watching any good TV lately?
I watched the Facts of Life.
Facts of Life.
Huh? It's about these schoolgirls
Yeah,
that live together.
I like it already. No, I know, and Mrs. I know Charlotte Ray used to be on there.
Yeah, because she played Mrs. Garrett.
Mrs. Garrett, yes, she
She
was
used to
good.
be on Different Strokes too.
Yeah, it was a spin-off of Different Strokes.
Uh-huh.
The girls on that show turned out better than the kids on Different Strokes. I know that.
Yeah.
Kids on Different Strokes all wound up in the big house
Yeah.
or dead. While that Nancy McKeon
Yeah.
and there was Tootie and Mindy Cohn,
Colin.
and then there was a girl Lisa Welchel.
Yeah.
I know her because she was on Survivor
Yeah.
when she grew up, and everyone was rooting for her to win, but I wasn't rooting for her to win. I was rooting for I was rooting for the poorest. I always root for the poorest person to win, not the millionaire
Actually,
child star.
Tim Fields played Judy,
Tim Fields played.
and then Nancy McKeon played Joe.
Yeah, I liked her the best. I mean, I was watching that show and I was watching Family Ties,
Oh yeah,
and
that's a good show
the
too.
girl, the sister, Michael J. Fox's sister, Justine Bateman.
Yeah.
I forgot how pretty she was, and same with Nancy and McKeon. They were very. All those girls were pretty. Facts of life, you see them go through puberty in not the nicest ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like regular people. I always envied kids when I was growing up that didn't seem to be bothered by puberty. They were just miniature adults by the time they were 14 or so.
Yeah.
When I was 14, I was very awkward.
Yeah.
I'm 50. I'm gonna be 51 this year. I'm still awkward, but
I'll be
but
45 this year,
you're gonna be
so
45.
yeah.
That's good. Good. Says how I've been asking this of a lot of my friends that are over 40. How are you like holding up? Your health still good and everything?
Yeah,
Because I noticed I have to wear glasses now, which is awful. I don't
yeah.
like that.
I
I,
only have one health issue.
yeah, yeah.
It's yeah.
But I it- don't give the our the villains of the show a reason to hate us even more.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I gotta tell you something funny about villains. You
Yeah.
know, the internet haters are the worst. If you read your internet comments, you wouldn't even want to leave the house. You want to kill yourself. But part of maturity, and this is part of maturity, Mary, and a lot of people have told me this. Even and certainly my parents tried to drill this into me. He goes, a well-rounded adult doesn't give a damn what anyone says about him.
Yeah.
The more they lie, the more it looks bad on them. No one. If you stay true to yourself and live a good life, honest life, there's no reason why. And I always feel that whenever people say things about me, certainly on the internet, they first off they don't know me. They've
Yeah.
never met me. If they met me, they'd probably like me.
Yeah. Right.
They'd have a hard time hating me once they meet me.
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh. They asked Rush Limbaugh, "Have you ever met the Clintons? They seem like nice people." Because I don't want to meet the Clintons. I prefer to hate them. Because if I met them and liked them, then I wouldn't be
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the internet troll that I should be.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's this one guy. It was brought to my attention that doesn't like the gorgeous George. There's a lot. There's one guy that's fancying himself that he's a Hollywood bigwig,
Yeah.
and George is telling me, we got he might put up roadblocks if we go to Hollywood and try to make it in the movies or something or on television. And I said, who is this chump? And I don't it's some awful name he gave me, and which is probably not his real name anyway. And I said, well, what did he do to CB? Like, is he a friend of Steven Spielberg or something, or
Yeah.
has he been nominated for an Oscar or something? And he hates you. He spends all his time hating you instead of helping his career. He said, no, and this is what he told me. You're gonna love this. He told me that he's an extra on Scrubs.
Okay.
Scrubs is not on anymore. And so I was thinking about of all the shows to pick, and wait, he was not an extra on what's the number one show, NCIS or I don't know. He's a Scrubs is the one show that's not on anymore. And then I looked in the pictures of me with all the celebrities and everything. I was actually had a picture taken with the star of Scrubs. His name is Zach Braff. Now this guy is a big deal because he directs movies. He directs that show Ted Lasso. He directs a lot of things. He directs movies. Um, um, and he's very talented, Zach Braff. And I met him in New York, and we got a picture taken. He was very nice to me. So I said, this guy says that he's a extra from Scrubs. I actually know the guy from Scrubs. I didn't know about this until recently. I said I should have asked him. Does he know this chump? that says that he's this big Hollywood kingmaker that could make us never work again. I got to tell you something else. I went to see last year. I just ran into at the state fair when I was working there. Chubby Checker, old time singer from the '50s, the Twist, of course. And so I go to I go, I there's a picture of me on the internet dancing with him, and some guy said, "Who is that guy? He looks familiar." And I said, "That's Chubby Checker." He goes, "Chubby Checker? He's still alive." I said, "Not only is he still alive, he's 80 years. He turned 80 that day, and he's still in good shape, and he still can sing, and he can still dance, and he can still do everything." He goes, "Yeah, but he has to do the same old junky songs that he made famous 60 years ago over and over again." Right? When someone says junk like that, and he's a friend of mine who said this, I said, I felt like saying, "Yeah, and I'm jealous of that. I wish I did something 60 years ago and can still make money from it now.
you got
Everything I did 60 years ago, like I've been has withered on the vine since before I was born. So, I mean, I said, whenever you hear people complain about the success of someone else, they're not complaining because they didn't deserve it or this or that. They're complaining because why why is it happening to them when it should be happening to me and all my talent? Anyway, I'm having a wonderful time. Can I come back for the second half of the show?
Yes, take your thing and we'll be back in a little bit. We'll take
We'll
a little break.
we'll turn the light back on.
Okay, God bless you.
Bye bye.